Hi, guys, welcome back. And this is our week 6 recap for our 9-week fitness journey. I am Nicole, and this is my channel, Gracefully Authentic, where I talk about all the things. Essentially, my channel is about fitness and fun, finance, and really it's just a chance for me to document how I'm becoming the person that I really want to be, my authentic self. I started something what I call Operation Gallup, hashtag Operation Gallup, which I haven't used that hashtag in a while. I started it a couple years ago. It was Gallup is an acronym, gracefully and authentically living life on purpose. And, I have it where it's unfolding slowly. I don't have a full idea of everything that goes into that. I just know that at the time when I developed it, I didn't feel like I was my authentic self. I felt like I was always wearing a mask for the time and place that I needed the mask for. So the work mask and the family mask and just I didn't know if I was. I told somebody at one point in time, I felt like I had been wearing so many masks, I didn't know what my real face looked like anymore. And so this Operation Gallup is really peeling back the layers, taking off the mask until I can really end up to be, the Nicole Tahari that I want the world to remember. So as part of that, I've been doing a bunch of stuff lately, and you've been seeing some of that on the channel. Starting with this series, which was my 9-week fitness series. I was already into week 3, I believe, when I started actually documenting. So even though this is our week 6 recap, this is only about the 4th video. But essentially, I am just happy to kind of be consistent with what I've been doing and then be able to share that journey with you guys. Other aspects of my becoming is really just working on decluttering and organizing. It's something that I've always saying that I want to do, but then I don't get to do it. And then I always have these, doom piles, bags, boxes, just stuff everywhere. And like, I'm at the point now where enough is enough. It's really time to streamline. It's time to declutter. And it's time to focus. And it's like, how can you focus when you just have so many different things competing for your attention? And so all of the things that you could be doing, that you could be great at, you're you're mediocre at best because you don't have the time and energy to really put into getting to great, right? And so it's about offloading the non-essentials from the plate and then loading on what are those essentials that are going to be your foundation, and they're going to be the you that you are. So with that, there's probably going to be a couple more things. I have done a couple book reviews in the past. Those are all just like fiction novel reviews because I do like to just read for pastime and enjoyment. I do have a few book reviews that I want to do on some like personal development books. So I just finished the 5 a.m. Club. So I will be doing a book review on that. And then I have read earlier I think it was this year, the book Essentialism, but I do want to revisit that. So I'm going to revisit that and then do a review on that. But essentially, a lot of those books are really talking about, yeah, getting rid of the noise. Don't keep allowing other things to set their priorities in your life, right? You have to set the priorities and you have to put what's important as the focal point. So all of that being said, I want to get into this week's recap. I think all of that is on the forefront of my mind because I actually just finished another video, which is my first in my body doubling series. In which case, when I talked about the decluttering and organization, I'm going to do that with you guys, and I think that's been the key to this whole journey is you guys have unknowingly been keeping me accountable. I know that I'm going to come back and report to what I have been doing. And now with the body doubling, I'm going to be working with you guys side by side. And so that has been the things that has kept me on this path that I'm on. So my first video for body doubling, I will post the link so that you can go check that out as well. And I am starting to declutter and organize my um, bedroom attachment, which will end up being my she shed area and my personal space for zen, right? And reflection, rest, relaxation is just going to be a whole vibe. So go check out that as well. And I will continue to post as I declutter different areas of my house, and we can just body double and all the things, right? Excuse me, I've been fighting congestion, which we will get into. Okay, so this week has been a bit challenging. I'm not gonna lie, and I think I'm just talking about this congestion here. I've had this hacking cough, like crazy cough, and I just didn't have really the energy to put into some of the things like I would have done. So at the last week, I told you I had gone on that long hike, and so that kind of started the week out. Monday, I did the Couch to 5K week 3, day 1. And that kind of started the week off rough because what kind of people were sitting on this couch? These must have been the fittest couch potatoes in the history of couch potatoes, because the way this Couch to 5K program is progressing, it is not for people who are at a fitness level of 0. It is seriously for those who have already kind of have some fitness. So with that being said, I am definitely going to have to make some modifications because y'all not going to kill me. I'm trying to get fit. I'm not trying to get dead. And so this week, I think I mentioned the 3-minute run, and it has been okay. So it always starts with a 5-minute warm up. It always ends with a 5-minute cool down. So then I'm on here trying to figure out, okay, so what are we gonna do next? Because I know I got to get to this certain time to get to this cool down and things of that nature. So we warmed up, 90-second run, 90-second walk, which is what we do in week 1. And then that second interval was a 3-minute run and a 3-minute walk. And that 3-minute run was rough. And I don't believe I've done it 3 times. 3 times already this week. I've done this same workout, and I have yet to be able to run that full 3 minutes. The best I've done was 2 minutes, and then I just took a 30-second break and then just ran the last 30 seconds. A lot of times I have to stop at 1.5. I can push to 2, and then sometimes after that 2, I can't get back going again. So then I end up with the 4-minute walk. So that has been a challenge. And I don't know how we just made that jump. And so now knowing that, I looked ahead for next week, and next week jumps to a 5-minute run. And I'm like, there's no way I can do a 5-minute run, and I haven't been able to do this 3-minute run. So after that 3-minute run, 3-minute walk, there is a 90-second run, 90-second walk, I guess, to kind of like, get your heart rate back down, and then another 3-minute run before you do your cool down. What I'm going to end up having to do is just repeat this week, um, and maybe more than once until I can get better at this 3-minute run before I move to the next one. So I think in order to repeat, though, I will have to delete my previous run. So I'll probably need to take some screenshots or something so that later on I can show kind of like my progression and things of that nature. But that has been a challenge. So that started off my Monday with this challenging run in the morning. And then I did the pool Monday night, which I'm really really wondering if maybe I should have skipped it because of this cough. Um, and things. So it wasn't too terrible, but then I believe it was like Monday night, I started having this low grade fever. And it only comes at night. So I would have low grade fever at night, take some medicine. In the morning, I would feel fine. So then I would go out to work and things of that nature, and do my workouts and then come home. And then right around like 8 o'clock or so, I start getting this chill, and I'm like, oh, this fever is kind of setting back in. So I had low grade fever for the majority of the week, taking NyQuil every night, but then still, pushing through the day. So Tuesday I did the workout at work, and then I was able to do it Wednesday as well at work because my little one stayed home, so I didn't have to worry about going to pick him up. And then Thursday, I was in the office and I started getting a little chills earlier, and I think it wasn't the fever this time. It's they keep that AC kind of high at work, and I had on long sleeves, but I didn't bring an extra jacket. And so I'm not in the business of being miserable. So around like 2 o'clock, I said, okay, it's time to head back to the house. Luckily, I have a flexible schedule, so I have to be in office 3 days a week. I work from home 2 days a week, but I can continue my work day from home if I needed to. So that's what I ended up doing. I left midday and then just continued my work day from home. But what happened then is then I wasn't at work to do the class. Um, so then I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't do the class. What am I gonna do if anything? And so my son actually just started. My older son started basketball at our rec center, which is the same center I go to for swimming. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I can probably just do swimming a second day a week now that he's doing practice 1 day a week. And so I had on my swim clothes. I said, you know what? I also have my gym clothes because I was supposed to go to the gym at work today. I'll keep those in the car as well. And I ended up just doing a workout instead of a second swim because, like I mentioned, I probably should have skipped that first swim. I didn't feel well enough to get back into the water. So I ended up doing a kettlebell workout based off of some of the stuff that I had already learned from my classes, some videos that I see like online and stuff like that. And I feel like I really did great with that workout. And so it was good because even though I didn't feel that great, that was a good workout. I mean, I was sweating. Um, and I think what I did was I just took less rest than I usually do at the workout. And so now I know I can push myself a little bit more on my regular basis. But yeah, I did a great workout. I can put some video of it here. But essentially everything that I have learned with the kettlebell, I mean, if you can get a kettlebell at home, you have everything that you need to get it done. So I did some kettlebell, what do they call those? It's like I guess like a sumo squat, weighted sumo squat. I did a squat and press. I did single arm rows. I did single arm kettlebell swings. I did snatches. I did wood chops around the world, halos. I mean, you can do a ton with that kettlebell. So I did all of that. They also had a jump rope available, so I did a little bit of jump rope. Um, what else did I do? I feel like I did a couple other things. I was just like, what next? What next? And then there was another guy. He actually was doing a kettlebell workout, and every time I turned around, like we were doing like the same thing. Like he was doing something I had just done, or I was doing something he had just done. So there's a lot of exercises that you can do with that kettlebell. Oh, the RDLs. I did RDLs and pull-ups or whatever these are called. So yeah, so that was a great workout. And then after I was done with that, they were still in practice, so I just went and walked the track. So Thursday ended up being pretty good, and I think it also helped. Like that sweat helped me to kind of get over the cold. So after that, I hadn't had any low grade fever. I haven't had any fever since then, and then just working to get the congestion down, which is just like a little post nasal drip that causes the cough. So still like able to breathe through my nose. Sounds kind of wet, but mostly through my nose. So that has been the thing. But outside of that, just that couch to 5K was really difficult. I did the other one today, the last week 3, day 3, and the 3 minutes again was really rough. So I thought about just going back to week 1 and then cycling through the whole 3 weeks again. But I think what I'll just do is repeat week 3 until I can run that whole 3 minutes. And so that'll be what I do starting next week. Outside of that, everything else has been fine. You know, I did say I was going to do like whole 30, and I have not done whole 30 whatsoever. I had like rice with um, lamb and salad from the fried chicken place the other day. Actually today and yesterday because the plate's big, so I just make 2 meals. And I think I had Chipotle after that hike. I earned that Chipotle though. So don't say nothing. Well, the same thing. I can eat that twice as well. So that was 2 days as well. So I haven't been doing Whole30ish. I'm just um, you know, working to eat less carb heavy foods. So I do eat rice, but I try to eat that at like one meal a day. So I think there's some areas to tighten up for the eating. And I'll just have to focus on that as we move forward. Now, keep in mind, this week coming up is Thanksgiving. I am not hosting this year, so I don't have anything planned to cook, but I probably need to come up with some like alternative sides or meals or something that I can take with me to wherever I'm going so that I'm not eating so heavy with all of the traditional Thanksgiving foods. Maybe even just start with a salad and a glass of water and then go into the meal. So I have to figure that part out. But all in all, it's been a good week. Looking forward to next week. I can share whatever videos kind of that I have with you guys. It's just been, yeah, the week was just like, it was just, I was just getting through it this nothing nothing terribly exciting, nothing, and so I'll have to look for some better highlights for you guys for next week. But I think that's all for now. Nothing that I can really think of that I need to share with you. Hopefully these are helpful, and hopefully you guys are kind of on your own journey. And I would love to hear about it. So drop them in the comments, and then of course, please follow, like, subscribe, whatever you do on this platform. And I will see you next time. Have a great week.